morning, and this morning at 8:30 we're here for you to be together and to have an amazing day. How I am sure we can have an amazing day? Because it depends on me.
Oh yeah.
Okay, sometimes we are getting so much distracted from outside. For example, I'm getting distracted from my iPhone. Even I make the post in Facebook. I said I'm going to take out my Facebook application from my phone because I need to be focused. It's taking a lot of time. All the time watching Facebook, all the time watching.
I can confirm.
Yes, thank you, my love. She can confirm.
Yes. We were thinking to talk maybe a little bit about distraction, and how this affect also our self-development, our productivity development. So, how many of you can relate to this? How many of you feel distracted?
Yesterday, I had to contact my designer for the logo, which he is making for the company. I went into Facebook, and after 10 minutes, being in Facebook, I understand why I'm inside. So I need to send her a message. This happen often with me.
Yeah, me, I see when I'm studying also sometimes I will check my phone, then I will answer a message on my client, then I will go somewhere else, and I get very distracted. Even when I'm getting ready sometimes. I don't know what I'm doing there, but sometimes I'm just like losing the time.
Yes.
And my husband get upset because we are late. And
basically, I never get upset, but sometimes I get upset. This is what she wanted to say. And my love, I think this distraction can bring us out of our happiness. Even if we have an intention to be happy, this distraction can bring us away from what we really want.
Also, yeah, and also like multitasking. Multitasking.
Multitasking doesn't work.
Yes.
It used to work with me when I was working as a barman. I used to make the coffee, I used to make the beer and the vodka and coke. But we try at home sometime. We make the bread burn from it doesn't work so much. It's better when you focus on one thing. Did you notice the people which are really successful, they're obsessed of the thing what they want to and what they do? I have a friend of mine. He's very successful in one area, and all the time he's talking about this. I don't want to mention him, but he's very successful because all the time he's thinking for this. He live with this, and
yeah, he's focused.
yes, I offered him one time something to do with me, and he accepted. And after 1 week, he called me. He said, I think not to do it because this is bringing me out of what I really love, and I'm start to think for this what you offer me. So I prefer to focus and to be sharp with what I do. So he refused after this.
Okay, so the idea today also is for you to maybe get aware about what kind of distraction you are having, Sometimes we can fall in this trap, and thinking, oh, all of this that we're doing now that's not working, And actually it's because sometimes we're like multitasking or we fall in this trap of, distraction. So think about it. In the scale, at the end of the day, in your scale to 1 to 10, how productive I was today.
Yeah.
And think about what you've done today. Is there anything that distracts you? Like for me, I remember that yesterday we went for shopping, actually 2 of us with the children, and actually we could have done it only 1 person to do it, and it take a lot of my time, also to get the children ready, and with the children they're running everywhere, so we are losing time. But there is other thing we can do, and also like I started to like froze more food, or I check also to make like a meal planner for the week, different thing that you can organize yourself to try to like stop this distraction. And it's not a judgment. We're not saying, okay, you get easily distracted, it's bad or something. Here is all about like getting aware about what, identifying where we're getting distracted.
But my love, also I think if when we focus on one thing, only one thing, we can get the maximum of this one thing. For example, can you imagine studying and the TV is being next to you? It's going to take more time, much more time for you to really to learn what you really want to, because your focus is going to go out of all the time, out of balance because of the TV, because if the phone is next to you. By the way, the phone, if you can keep it away, it's there's one program which can show you how many times you pick up the phone, how many times you open the phone. I forgot what the application was, but this is a good tool so you can understand how much time you spend a day with the phone.
Yeah, I have someone also to saying I am distracted also when I'm doing my grateful. Yes, I cannot find a deeper belief for what I'm doing. Yeah, a lot of people actually have difficulties to focus also when they have the closed eyes or in the imagination. But just this, be kind with yourself. Slowly you will find the way to go deep and to find. And every day, what I notice is that I have what I call like a success journal. So where I will write like all of the wins of the day. And every time I will find that I will go deeper and deeper on why is it so important for me, this win, what I am really grateful about this win. And it's like it's changing every day, is changing, is going deeper and deeper. So by doing, practicing, you get deeper. But yeah, starting to have a look now about where we are focusing and how many distractions we are having in our life is going to be a key point. We got from Barbara on Monday a lot of tools how to implement and to be more productive. And we really need to also apply this in our life about the distraction, because we are living in a world of distraction with our phones, with everything around us. So yeah, have a look about this. Where do you distract? And what you can do is write the list of the distraction that you notice in your life and write an action plan, what you can do instead, what you can do about this. Like if it's a phone, put maybe do not disturb or put it away. Sometimes you need to put it more away than just on your, a little bit far on your desk. Maybe you need to put it in another room to really not being distracted by it. So, or making some, as I was saying, meal plan. Also, hunger sometimes is a distraction. Food is a very good distraction. One thing you can do when you're eating. This is a lot of things. People don't do this. They are talking when they're eating, and it's very important for you when you're eating to stop and to focus on what you're eating, and showing your food and making your brain aware that what you're doing now, that now you are eating, and you will feel more full and will not be distracted again about eating all the time. This is I saw it many times, and many people doesn't pay attention about this. They're usually like talking.
It's it was a researchment like study how easy we are distracted. We are distracted every 7 seconds, and the goldfish is distracted every 8 seconds. So can you imagine in these days with food information all around us, we are getting worse than the golden fish.
So let's close on this. So just pay attention today. Let's have a look today and the other day also about the distraction we're having. Let's write them down and find some kind of action that we could take for this. And you can even post it if you want on the page. So I might give some idea for other people also. So today we are having George with us, our special guest. So let me bring George. So George, you probably remember him from last week. Hi, George.
Good morning.
So
Hi.
George is the specialist about relationship. He's the author of the bestseller book, The Great Dance of Love. And today he's going to talk to us about a new model of relationship, which is the entrepreneurial relationship. And how, what is it? And how this model can help us to create like magical relationship. So thank you, Josh, being with us. And well, I leave you the mic.
Thank you, George.
Good morning. Thank you both, Clementine and Krasimir. It's again a wonderful show. I'm personally enjoying it every day. Okay, so I would like first off to start by congratulating most of you or all of you who have been able to attend for the past officially 22 days and unofficially the 21st day of for relationships. The reason why I'm saying that is because I think one of the coaches mentioned we need 21 days to create a habit. So if you've been working on your habits for the past 21, 22 days, that's amazing. So hands up for you. And I would like to start by saying to those of us who are more of emotional or feelers in relationships in general, that you might not really like the topic of today, but I encourage you to have an open mind. It's something very new. It's something very interesting, and just be open and be receptive. So I would like to ask you, all of us, I would like us to all start by asking us to reflect on some questions. So, do you brush your teeth every day? Do you shower every day? You can comment in the box if you want or not. It's just for us to reflect on those questions. Do you eat every day? I'm assuming that most of us do that on a daily basis. So, and that's good. It's great. So it means you're taking care of your body. Let me ask you other questions. Do you work? And if you work, why do you work? To earn money, right? Do you maybe take care of your, so you take care of your body, you take care of your finances, maybe even your mind. So if you read a book, you're into personal development, you do all that. Now, the real question is, what are you doing about your relationships? What are you doing about your relationships? Your relationship with yourself, your relationship with your colleague, your partner, your friends, your kids. So, why do we work on most aspects of our lives and yet not on our relationships? Why do we take our relationships for granted? We work for all those aspects, but yet for relationships, it's just like no need to. We're either together or we're not. We find the one, and well, that's it. We just believe in destiny, in the way things go, and we just go ahead. Perhaps this is because all the movies we have seen, like for example, Beauty and the Beast, where Beauty meets the Beast, they fall in love, they transform, the Beast transformed, they get married, and the end. Or Cinderella, who meets her prince, they get married, the end. Whether it's Disney movies or Hollywood movies, like any like Romeo and Juliet, all those types of movies are amazing and they're beautiful. But unfortunately, they only show us one side of relationships. They only show us the attraction side. And what happens is that our subconscious mind tends to fill in the gap. And because of that, we associate those movies with love. We associate those feelings with love. And so we say, okay, so I'm just going to wait for my prince. And when he comes, well, we're going to live happily forever after. There's nothing to work on. Or when we're in a relationship and we're happy, okay, you know what? We're happy. There's no need to work anymore on our relationship because, we're happy. So let's continue the way we are. And so relationships have never been a top priority in our lives, and it's sad because it comes at a very high price. You see, the high rate of divorce. There was a high rate of divorce actually, and I'm going to tell you why. Because we took relationships for granted. Now, the rate of divorce is actually shifting slightly, simply because people today are actually taking more time before they're getting married, which is a great thing. They're starting to learn to get to know their partner a couple of years before actually going into serious and real marriage or relationship, which is a great thing forward. So it's very important to make our relationship a priority. There was a 75-year-old Harvard study, you've all heard about it, I'm pretty sure, that says that relationships is one of the key of success and it helps a lot with health. Maybe one of the coaches, actually, I think Sabriana was mentioning it. It's very, very, very crucial and very important to actually take care of our relationship, because this is actually, the saying where behind every great man there's a woman, or behind every great woman there's a man. It's as simple as that. Without a relationship, without this feeling of safety, of belongingness, we are not able to go to our next level. Our relationship really takes us to our next level in a way far beyond what we can ever imagine. So while writing my book, I was actually doing some research, obviously, and I had a lot of aha moments. So I came up with lots of theories and concepts, and one of them is the topic we're talking about today. So I coined it entrepreneurial relationship. So entrepreneurial relationship, like its name, simply means to look and consider relationship as an entrepreneurial endeavor. Now, don't be scared. I know it's very businessy like, but stay with me and I'll show you why it's important and how different it is. And of course, it's not only about that. So before you jump and tell me that I have killed the romance, let me tell you something. Relationship based on romance alone is a fixed mindset. Relationship based on intellect or rationality, which is what entrepreneurial relationship is all about, is also a fixed mindset. Now, what is a fixed mindset? So there's a book by Carol Dweck, a very famous book called Mindset. And if you haven't read it, I highly encourage you to read it. If you're into personal development, I wouldn't say it's a crime for you not to read it, but it would leverage your life and really help in lots of ways. So in her book, she discusses about two types of mindsets, fixed mindsets and growth mindsets. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about them from a relationship perspective. So someone that has a fixed mindset when it comes to relationship, they tend to see as marriage, for example, as a destination. It's the end. Hence, for example, the creation of bachelor parties. Bachelor parties are actually typically fixed mindset because it's celebrate. There's nothing wrong with celebrating, but it's celebrating the end of singlehood, or because the way it's perceived is like being in a relationship is very bad. Not all of us are like this, thank God, but it is there's a big part of it, a big chunk. So having a fixed mindset when it comes to relationships is being in a sense of entitlement. And by the way, one of the reasons of high divorce rates is because of entitlement. We tend to take our partner for granted. We tend to take our what they say, what they do, like, okay, my partner is like this, they will not change, they shouldn't change, or they should change for me. And all those are really very fixed. And using the common word fixed mindset, we cannot grow. And I believe most of us here are into the personal growth and personal development growth, so we want to grow. So when it comes to growth mindsets, a growth mindset person is someone who sees relationship as a journey rather than a destination. It's something beautiful. It's somewhere where we learn about each other and we keep on learning about each other. We never take each other for granted because we both change. So not necessarily between each other, but for example, one of us has a new job, one of us moves away, one of us, we start having kids. So when we start having kids, for example, our relationship dynamic changes. So we have different priorities, we have different ideas. So it's important to have a growth mindset and adapt to change, not just, oh, my partner was like that, now she is like this, or he or she. And so this is a problem. So this is the beauty of growth mindset. It's about adapting together. It's about continually upgrading our skills. So this was, in short, what I meant by having a fixed mindset. So as I was saying, a relationship based on romance alone is a fixed mindset perspective, because attraction, romance or attraction is beautiful, but it's just one side of relationships. It's just one side. And entrepreneurial mindset or rationalizing for those of us who are actually rational, we're all rational. It's not about the one who is emotional and the other is rational. We both are both, but we have a tendency to be either more emotional or more rational when it comes to relationships in general. So what happens is that As I was saying, romance alone doesn't work. They are both incomplete. So just like masculine and feminine, if you look at the masculine feminine dynamic, which we talked about in the past couple of weeks, masculine alone is incomplete, feminine alone is incomplete. Both of them together, they work beautifully. And it's the same with rational and emotional. We cannot have a relationship based just on pure emotions, because that is what this is the bad boy, bad girl syndrome, and it's part of the relationship, but not all of it. And having to control everything is a bad idea as well. So what does this mean? What am I trying to tell you? So when we have both of them together, this is actually when we are able to create the fireworks, because we create the sparks and we create longevity as well. You see, a magical relationship is based on both growth mindset and romance. So it's based on growth mindset and on both romance and rationalization. Now you will tell me, okay, George, but what does all this have to do with relationship, with the entrepreneurial relationship, and what is entrepreneurial relationship? So it's like the entrepreneurial side of the relationship is the masculine side. So this is where the boundaries are drawn for the relationship for us to sail within a safe place. Whereas the romantic or emotional side of the relationship is the feminine side, where the relationship dances between the strong boundaries. If you have any questions, by the way, please feel free to put them in the box and we'll get to them later on. So while both of them are able to, both of them help us to feel safe in uncertainty, because we both know that nothing is set into stone, that everything changes. We are able to feel safe because of the strong boundaries, and then we can dance in between. So when you see that the intention is not to, the point of entrepreneurial relationship is not to control or dominate the relationship, but rather it's to set safe boundaries. It's to set safe boundaries and to do it together. Being in an entrepreneurial relationship is about both partners working together, hand in hand, to reach their own goals. It's not about one or the other. This is the beauty of it. So it's in order. This helps to the relationship flow with ease and to live happily forever after. I mean, we all want to live happily forever after, don't we? So those are just guidelines, if you wish, or like safety measures for tough times. It's because we like to have preventive measures, so that if, for example, we start fighting, if we start having issues and stuff, by having a plan, a GPS for our relationship, a blueprint, if you wish, this will help us actually to automatically be prepared and ready to just directly shift the dynamic when times are tough. So I see relationship as a startup, at least in the early days. And it's a dance between using the old methods and the new methods, or the similarities and the differences. So it's really all about dancing between rational and emotional. So just like any entrepreneurial business, so we set a relationship purpose, relationship values, relationship missions, relationship goals, and those are beautiful. It's, as I was saying, it helps us create a roadmap for our relationship, a solid blueprint to help find our way in case we get lost. I'm going to start giving you some examples so that maybe it might get a bit clearer. Most of you here, I believe, are either Toastmasters or Insight Seminar in the people, right? I'm assuming that yes. So we learn in both. I'm assuming. I'm not into Insight Seminar, so I'm assuming that it's there has some similar aspect with Toastmasters. And in Toastmasters, what we do is we tend to give, for example, feedback. So I'm going to suggest that why not you apply Toastmasters or Insight Seminar principles in your relationship. For example, just like you give feedback in Toastmasters, why not give feedback to your partner? When was the last time you gave real, honest pure feedback to your partner. Instead of criticizing them, blaming them, bossing them around, when did you actually really sit down with them and give them feedback, as we do in Toastmasters? When was the last time you discussed about your plans, your goals, your mission? Why are you in a relationship together? What's your purpose? What do you want to achieve together? Where are you going? If you have done so, then that's amazing. But have you been updating them? Just like we update our business goals, just like we update our personal goals, we should also update our relationship goals. Because as we grow, as I was mentioning earlier, for example, when we move from singlehood to relationship, or from relationship to having kids, or all those aspects or differences that shift the dynamic of relationships, it's important for us to review our goals, to review our mission, to review our targets, to see that, okay, are we actually on course to achieve what we want? Are we actually drifting? Maybe drifting is a good thing. So can we reprioritize? Can we reorganize? So just like a startup, it's a beautiful way to see relationship as an ongoing growth platform for both of us to actually really love each other and really grow together. It really, really, really helps a lot. Now, I have a very interesting idea as well that that you might find funny. When was the last time, or have you ever had a feeling meeting? Yes, you heard me right, a feeling meeting. So it's a meeting where what you do is you discuss about each other's feelings. How are you feeling? How can I make you feel better? Am I making you feel better? Like, you can do that on a weekly basis, on a monthly, yearly. However, actually not yearly, it's too far, but on a weekly or monthly basis, this would be a good idea. Just like you have quote unquote team meetings in business, you can have a feeling meeting in relationships. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that like amazing? This would help like reassure your partner. This would help make them feel recognized. This would make them feel like, oh, my partner is giving me time to actually listen to how I'm feeling. And ideally, there are some coaches that actually recommend to actually have 5 minutes of feeling meetings on a daily basis. So you can start in the morning or in the evening and just discuss, like, how are you feeling, honey, today? Can you tell me what are you going through? How emotionally are you in every aspect of your life? Where can I help you like feel better, be better? Those are important. And it's important to be actually raw and not repress anything. So in general, what happens is that the first few months, the first few like years or so, we are in what we call like the honeymoon phase, where all is nice and dandy and all those beautiful feelings. But as time passes, what happens is that the PEA, or phenylethylamine, the love molecule or hormone, goes away. So you see the PEA is actually stays between around 6 months and 3 years. And this is where the problems start. So you see, at first you have this love molecule which is there, and when it goes away, this is when couples like wake up and they start like, okay, why didn't I see that before? Why didn't I see this now? Blah blah blah. And this is when actually the friction starts to happen. This is when we remove the rosy glasses and we start seeing the other person for who they really are. And this is also one of the points where divorces start to happen and all this conflict starts to rise. So by having an entrepreneurial relationship, by having a blueprint, we are actually able to manage those times. We're able to make our relationship go smoothly from one aspect to another, from one dynamic to another. And this helps a lot. So let me give you an example. Another example. I love examples because I believe that examples actually help us understand better. There's a book, some of you might be familiar with it, which is by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I see that Krasimir is nodding. He likes it. He read it, and that's amazing. So one of the things I personally did is I took for example, the book, and I turned the concepts into relationship concepts. I'm going to give you examples. So it's divided, for example, into 3 sections. You become a friendlier person, win your partner to win your way of thinking, and be a leader. So, for example, to win your friend, to win your partner to win your way of thinking. You can show respect for your partner's opinion and never say you're wrong. If you are wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically. So those are actually principles that are taken from the book itself and that are more businessy related, which I've turned around and for us to apply in our relationships. Other ideas is, for example, get your partner saying yes immediately. Let your partner do a great deal of talking. So just like you allow your customer to talk, so that you listen to their needs, you listen to know what they're expecting. It's also important for you to listen to your partner. What is your partner going through? What does your partner want? How can you help your partner? How can you come up with a common solution for the both of you? There's other ideas, for example, is to give honest appreciation. Just like you give honest feedback to your teammates, you can do that for your partner. You can throw a challenge. So, for example, you and your partner can actually start a challenge together. Just like, for example, this 30-day morning community, you can. It's a great idea for you and your partner to be on this morning community for 30 days. This is a challenge for both of you to grow and wake up early and do all those stuff. Okay, so I believe that you get the point. I would like to give you one final example. This is actually something I took out from a chapter that I didn't publish in my book, and I think is very important. It's something called the 13 tips to organize your relationship. And by organize, I mean set boundaries. So we've talked about it in the past 2 weeks, how setting boundaries are important. And so organizing our relationship, in a sense, is kind of setting boundaries. And those are some of the points that are interesting for us to do. So by setting short-term and long-term goals, we are organizing our relationship. We are setting boundaries for our relationship. By brainstorming strategies to attain our common goal. So we're actually thinking of solutions together. Okay, like for example, how can we both want to travel to Australia next year? How can we do that together? How can we plan for it? Let's brainstorm for strategies on how, for example, just like Offer and Sabriana were discussing this week about how they managed to generate those 7,000 and 5,000 euros and dollars to actually go to their seminars and do their stuff. It's the same way. They brainstorm strategies. You can do the same. You can, for example, use the power of your mind. You can make a relationship business plan. It's a beautiful way of looking. So all what it means is you can call it entrepreneurial relationship. You can make it, say it's more rational. The name is irrelevant. The whole point of it is actually to have strong boundaries, and in order to be able to dance safely within the relationship, so that when there are times of trouble, you already have a plan that you can immediately take action and really do it on the spot. So this is in a way what I wanted to talk about. Clementine, do you want us to talk about the home passion, or would you like us to start answering questions?
You can talk because they haven't yet put ready question. Maybe they were. If you ask question, we can answer after if you like. But you can tell them about today task. Yes, please.
Okay, beautiful. So So I have two tasks, one for those of us who are in a relationship and one for those of us who are actually single. I'm going to start with those of us who are actually in a relationship. And I want you to open your ears, your eyes, your heart, and everything, and listen carefully. The task for you this week is to actually create what I call your love toolkit, your love toolbox, and it's a beautiful thing. So what is a love toolkit? A love toolkit is like a kit or GPS for your relationship. This is where you set the rules together. It's not about one or the other. It's about sitting together, talking, discussing, setting the rules. The objective is to keep you on track and at the same time to help you anticipate challenges by creating preventive measures. So let me give you some examples to inspire you. You can read a book on relationships together, discuss it together, and apply what resonates with you. Of course, like everything in life, there are some stuff that resonate, others that don't. So I highly encourage you to read a book on relationship or something else, but actually really take the time to do it together, discuss it, and apply whatever resonates with you. Why that? If you read a book on relationships, what it will do is it will help you update your relationship skills. You see, it's important to update our relationship skills because one important point is that dating skills and relationship skills are very, very different. And not many people are aware of that. Many of the bad boys and bad girls have great dating skills. But when they come to being in a relationship, what happens is they literally suck. They literally are very bad with their relationship skills. And vice versa with the nice guy and the nice girl. They tend to have, not all of them have, but they tend to have good relationship skills, but they have terrible dating skills. You see, it's important to embrace actually both. It's all about the gray dance, right? It's a gray dance between dating skills and relationship skills, masculine and feminine. So this is why it's important to always keep on updating our relationship skills. And reading a book on relationships every now and then, discussing it and applying what resonates, helps us develop our relationship skills. In the end, it's all about having a growth mindset, remember? Another point is I would suggest that you create your own relationship song. So the relationship song that you can co-create together is your own personal song, like your own personal national anthem or personal relationship anthem that you can both sing together. This is great for great times. It would help you bond together, connect much more. And at the same time, it's great for when times are tough. So imagine you're in the middle of the fight and one of the partners starts singing it. Automatically, what it does, because of you having created the neural pathways of your brain that this is actually a happy time. So what it does is it automatically breaks the tension in the fight, and you start seeing yourself singing along with your partner. It's beautiful, isn't it? A third point or a third example that you can do is that you can do one thing with your partner that they are afraid of. So why do one thing that they're afraid of? This will actually help you connect more, trust each other more, because your partner will see you as, okay, my partner is here for me. My partner, I feel safe with my partner. My partner is is showing me support. So unconsciously, at least, you are able to trust your partner more, to connect more, and this will help create a stronger bond between both of you. And plus, like we've talked previously, by doing something that is scary, what happens is it triggers in our brain that it higher our dopamine level and noradrenaline level. And this actually is at the same level, like our subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between fear and lust. So what happens is it creates even more excitement. So those things are very, very, very important. And in the end, I would encourage you to let your love creativity be unleashed and come up with your own toolbox. You don't have to limit it. The more you have tools in your love kid, the better it is. So I'm encouraging you to have fun. And I'm going to talk to singles now. So whether you're a man or a woman, I have a very interesting challenge for you. And actually, Clementine was actually uh, talking about it just before the call. We were talking about it. Is that I would actually encourage you, and I would like to push you to actually go online and have an online date. Now, the whole purpose is not for you to get married. It's not like for you to get like in this needy energy, like, oh, I want to find a partner, blah, blah. It's just for you to have fun. It's just for you to go with the flow, to enjoy, to get into the groove of what a relationship is. It's just to discover who you are. And, in the end of the date, you will be able to really know at which frequency or where your subconscious mind or where your relationship blueprint is at right now. Because, as you know, who you attract is a mirror of yourself. So if you're attracting someone, let's say you're a woman and you're attracting the bad boy, this shows that you're still at a very high level of feminine energy, and this is why you're attracting the bad boy. Same with men. So if, for example, you're attracting the bad girl, it's because you are at this level. So it's important for us to know the whole point of this exercise is to know where we are, to have fun, to enjoy. Forget about all the stress of finding the one, of being in this energy of like, I have to find the one, I have to find the person, I'm feeling lonely. Just let it be, enjoy, and discover yourself. And once at 10, where we're going to be sharing with you the home passion, there's a link that is inside this home passion for singles. So it's actually the 36 questions that you could actually use in your online dating. So this is a proven test that has been done by Dr. Arthur Aaron a couple of years ago. Some of you might have heard it. It's a proven method that is divided into 3 steps to actually really get to know the other partner, the other person on a deep level. If you remember last week when we were talking about this is an ideal opportunity for us as singles for you as singles, to actually discover yourselves even more, to actually find the real person and not go from a physical chemistry point of view or from the bad boy, bad girl, but go into real in-depth relationship understanding and to really discover the other person. This is your opportunity and this is your chance. So that's it for me for now. I hope you're enjoying it. And Clementine, I give back the control to you.
Thank you, George. So maybe you can answer after in the chat. There is some person that feeling that maybe their partner will not agree with this kind of exercise. So maybe you can give some suggestion for them afterwards. Okay, and will you stay with us also for the gratitude? Actually, stay with me because my husband left me for the baby. So okay, so everybody, we start with the breathing exercise. So just place your hands on your heart. You can cross a finger if you like. And 3 deep breathing. Inhale. Hold out for 5. And exhale. I am so thankful and grateful for my children, for their love, because they bring me so much joy, happiness, they smile. I'm so thankful and grateful for my husband, for his caring, for his love, for his support. I'm so thankful and grateful for myself, for being disciplined, committed, to wake up every morning early and to take care of myself, take care of the other, having the energy. I'm so thankful and grateful for this morning community and for all the coaches that coming online, give us advices, skills, sharing their knowledge. I'm so thankful and grateful for the electricity, the water, because I can cook, I can take shower whenever I want, I can read a book in the evening. I'm so thankful and grateful. I'm so thankful and grateful for the internet because we can be connected and see each other. I'm so thankful and grateful for my beautiful, spacious, lightful home because my children, they can run around and I can see the lights. I can feel comfortable here. I'm so thankful and grateful for this beautiful island, for the sun, for the sky, for the sea that remind me about abundance. And I'm so thankful and grateful for this amazing day ahead and all of the new things that will happen, all the new wins that I will write down tonight. And I'm so thankful and grateful for you to be here with us, participating. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So thank you for all of you. Thank you again, George. And we'll see you tomorrow at 8:30 again. And have a beautiful day. A lot of achievements. Work on your relationship. And George will answer you in a while. And see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Have a great day. Enjoy.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.